Jeff, GOP legislators here say they're not planning to take up any abortion laws this year, but they may next year. Since he took office in 2016, Democratic Governor Roy Cooper has vetoed any new restrictions on abortion. In 2018, Republicans here lost their veto-proof majority, so they don't have the ability to overturn a veto without some help from Democratic lawmakers. And thus far, Democratic lawmakers have stood behind Cooper on abortion. That could change in the upcoming election. Republicans need only 3 seats in the House and 2 seats in the Senate to be able, once again, to overturn Cooper's vetoes. They're hoping to pick up those seats in the upcoming elections this fall. In the meantime, they say they don't have any plans to take up any bills. This is from Senate Leader Phil Berger earlier, just I think last week, said, they do not anticipate taking up any abortion measures regardless of what the Supreme Court does this year. Now, the North Carolina Republican Party was quick to praise the ruling today. Michael Whatley welcomed the return of the decision on abortion to states and state lawmakers. We will continue fighting from now through Election Day and beyond to ensure that we have pro-life majorities as we enter a post-Roe future. In the meantime, State Attorney General Josh Stein took to Twitter to remind people that abortion is still legal in North Carolina under state law. If we want to keep our freedoms under state laws, Stein tweeted, then we have to elect state officials who commit to protecting it. That means we are going to be seeing some serious political heat as we go into this fall's elections. The ability of North Carolina women to access or not access abortion will very much rest on what happens there. Back to you.
Laura Leslie live for us in Raleigh this noon. Laura, thank you. The decision was expected following the leak of the draft opinion indicating how the justices would vote.
Still, though, there's a lot of reaction to that ruling. WRAL's Matt Talhelm is joining us live with that part of the story. Matt?
Yeah, Micaiah and Jeff, when that leak came out a couple of months ago, you may remember this corner right here, Hargett and Wilmington Street in downtown Raleigh, is where hundreds of people came out to oppose that ruling and that leak of that document there. We've been walking around here within the last hour talking to women on the street here, finding out what do they think about this decision, this ruling by the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade. All of them we talked to disappointed in this decision. I talked to one young woman, Justice Wilburn. She is 18 years old, lives here in Raleigh. This November will be the first time she's able to vote. She says that this decision today is going to get her to the polls in November.
I think that a woman should be able to make her own choice about her own body, and that no man or the government should be able to tell anyone what to do with their body.
There are no laws that regulate a man's body, so why should there be laws regulating a woman's?
They should be more worried about school shootings right now instead of trying to kill what a woman's doing trying to do with their body.
I'd rather them do what's right at the moment instead of having a child struggling out on the streets.
And again, this intersection is where those protests happened back when the leak of that Supreme Court ruling came out. We have driven around through downtown by the Capitol, the old Capitol, and the Legislative Building, and several other spots, including the Planned Parenthood over on Boylan Ave. We have not seen any kind of protests or rallies just yet down here, but of course, we will continue to monitor that and bring you updates on WRAL.
Lots of reaction coming in from around the country. Matt Talhelm reporting for us live in Raleigh. Thank you.
And we've been monitoring reaction here in the WRAL Live Center, and we've been getting reaction into the newsroom from our state and congressional leaders. Let's start with this statement from Senator Tom Tillis. He writes, "This ruling is historic and monumental and affirms my belief that all life is sacred." Senator Tillis went on to urge people on both sides of this issue to voice their feelings peacefully. We also got this statement from Governor Roy Cooper. Our bureau chief Laura Leslie just mentioned the governor, and he writes, "For 50 years, women have relied on their constitutional right to make their own medical decisions, but today that right has been tragically ripped away." The governor went on to say it's now up to each individual state to determine if a woman can find reproductive health care, and he says in North Carolina, they still can. We'll be monitoring more reaction coming in, including from the 2 candidates running for U.S. Senate from our state, Sherry Beasley and Ted Budd.